All right, let's talk about Anthony Richardson and the Indianapolis Colts, who got the win. Again, I feel like I really actually enjoy making these videos because he is such a unique player. There is a lot of really good stuff here. There is a lot of not so good stuff here. I actually thought this was probably one of his better days, although he definitely did have his issues as well. Let's get into, again, another wild ride of Anthony Richardson. Real quick before we do, I'll just mention that I do have a movie channel. If you like talking about movies, I do like movie reviews, things like that. The link is in the description below. Jackson Kruger Movies is the name of the channel. But yeah, let's get back to Anthony Richardson. Starting off with the play you see on your screen. It's going to be... I'm convinced this is a design quarterback run. Looks like an option, but a lot of times they actually, decide what they're going to do beforehand. It helps everyone block a little bit easier. Watch, you see Richardson fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and you see how this Patriots defender is covering this. This is why I believe this is not an option, but just a design play, because if this was an option, there's no way Richardson is keeping the ball himself. This is clearly covered up well by this, Patriots defender, who's, again, sitting on Richardson making the play. So I would say very good job. The goal of the fake is to take the Patriots edge rusher out of the play. Did not work here. Richardson is in trouble. Here's the thing, though. He's Anthony Richardson. Watch him just get around him almost easily. I don't even know if he got touched on that play, and picks up a first down on a play that should have been a loss of yards. I mean, that's value right there. And these plays are just so difficult to stop that even when you get into the issues, the fact that you always have that play in your back pocket, it's part of why Richardson was drafted 4th overall, right? This play was another positive, and it's kind of built off of that stuff, where usually if you have a team that's running the ball well, you want to play zone coverage. Just logically, it makes sense, right? Now, all 11 of your defenders are watching the ball, whereas if you play man coverage, 5 of your defenders won't be watching the ball, so it just kind of makes sense. So you see you can build concepts off of it. You see this concept on the screen. You have a receiver running a deep shot on this one. Then you have 2 players running different lengths down the field, one more shallow, one kind of around 10 yards down the field. That's the route that usually gets open. That one, that's usually what you look at. Sometimes the defense screws it up and you can get a free deep shot or something, but usually that's the one you want to look at. Anthony Richardson takes the snap. He runs a play action, which works. He throws it down the field, and look at how open this is. It's a good play call for sure, but again, you have to give some of the credit to Anthony Richardson and the threat of the run. The fact that they can run effectively, the Patriots have to play a certain coverage. The play action works. You get someone open down the field. Richardson makes a really accurate throw, and they're able to pick up a big completion. So, yeah, it's good stuff here by Richardson and the Colts for sure, and this is what you like to see. The issue, of course, is that this was not consistent at all. There were a lot of issues. This offense really went cold for a long stretch in this game. Heading over here, what's going to happen is it's a zone coverage play. So, I talked about earlier. The good thing about zone coverage is you can run concepts designed to beat zone coverage. Like this route going over the middle. These routes are really difficult to stop when you're in zone. Watch. So Richardson takes a snap. He looks over, and there is a linebacker who's reading this play, which, again, is part of how zone coverage works, right? You have to throw it around the linebackers. That's usually the main thing you want to pay attention to here. And I don't know if Richardson, I don't really know what happens here, but you see him, and that throw is just nowhere far enough away from the linebacker he had to deal with, and he had to get it there relatively quickly because the defensive backs were coming in, but just tries to fit it through a tight window. Listen, bit of bad luck that it gets batted up and intercepted, but that's also what happens in zone coverage when you make a throw that could get batted up, is a lot of times they do get intercepted. So, bit of bad luck there, but it wasn't just completely a fluky interception. It was a bad play by Richardson. It was. His other interception, actually almost the exact same concept and everything, right? You see this is a zone coverage play. They're on the other side of the field. You now have someone going from the offense's right to the offense's left, but this is very much a similar play. Richardson takes the snap. Now he focuses on the linebackers, makes sure he gets it past them. Good job there, timing that part well. The issue is that a defensive back has now come in and covered up this route. I'll cut over to this angle just because it shows it a little bit earlier than the broadcast angle did. But you see, I mean, this route was pretty covered for, when Richardson was throwing the ball. As you see, Richardson had thrown the ball a little bit earlier than this clip started. But you see, I mean, this was not a good decision by Richardson, especially when it's Christian Gonzalez, who's really a good playmaker. He can make these things happen. So you got to be more careful than that. And so a couple bad mistakes there. Absolutely. Also, going over here, I thought there were just examples of the Patriots defending well. This play, you have a one-on-one matchup. It's Adonai Mitchell, your rookie, who you want to look towards here. Okay, sure, 3rd and 6, huge play, right? Either way, as long as you don't turn the ball over, you should be taking the lead, but you want more than just a 1-point lead. Richardson's going to take the snap. He looks in Mitchell's direction. He fires in Mitchell's direction, and as of right here, it was is this open? To be honest, I don't hate this decision from Richardson. And actually, I would say I like this decision from Richardson. One-on-one matchup. Let's trust our receiver. The defensive back can't really play the ball right here, so let's put it in the area. The throw itself, I'd like it to be a little higher, but also, Mitchell could have helped out Richardson more, gotten a little bit more open, gotten more separation. I think that's fair to say as well. So, not being able to hit on those plays, it's tough. It's tough to win football games if you're not hitting on those plays. It just is. And then there's something like this, which I don't even know how much I want to blame him for, but okay, so the ball is snapped. He starts scrambling out. You might be wondering, well, why isn't he running to try and pick up a first down? Worth mentioning, 3rd and 12. There is a Patriots defender kind of right at the first down marker, so Richardson could try to make a guy miss. Like, that's something he could try and do, but he has a better idea. As you see, he off balance makes this throw. It's wide open. I mean, if Richardson makes a accurate throw here, it's not a touchdown. There is a safety who would make a tackle, but you're getting the ball probably inside field goal range at the very least. But this throw just isn't there, right? And I mean, again, he was off balance. It was a tough throw. I'm not going to sit here and crush him for it, but you would have loved to see him hit it, right? It was an opportunity that they couldn't quite get. So, okay. This was the game, essentially. He made some nice plays, but made a lot of bad plays, too. And ultimately, we're looking at it like, yeah, another one of these unfortunate Richardson games where he kind of, the bad more so outweighs the good. But then this final drive happens where it's really crazy. So, like, this play, it's a 4th down and 3. And watch this Patriots player who I've circled. He's clearly in coverage, right? Clearly in coverage. No doubt about it. So watch as he rushes the passer here. I mean, it's a great disguise, right? Really well done by New England. They pick up the coverage behind him, so Richardson can't just make a quick throw for the first down. Really well done. 4th and 3, game on the line. I mean, the Colts, there's still 3.5 minutes left to have all their timeouts. Game's not over if they don't convert here, but you're just on the outside of field goal range. The Patriots are. They probably just kick a field goal and go up 2 scores, and then the game is over. But Richardson says not so fast. Watch him just scramble outside and then keeps his eyes downfield and finds a Colts player and makes a play. I mean, this is what you like to see from Richardson. This is what you want to see. And that play I showed you earlier, where it's like, that's a tough play. He's on the move, but it was an opportunity. This is also a tough play. He was on the move, and he made the most of this opportunity and got the first down and was able to keep the drive alive. Heading over here, so this is very much later on in the drive. It's a 4th down and goal at the 3-yard line. The Colts have had some trouble finally getting into the end zone after getting down here. You have this route. It's Alec Pierce running a route over the middle. Richardson takes the snap, and you see that the safety is really the guy who's going to look at Pierce, because Pierce is going from one side of the field to the other. Those can be tough to pick up. Safety says, let me just pick up this guy. It's absolutely the correct read right here. So, I mean, it's not wide open, right? But Richardson's going to look at this, and he's going to trust his arm. As you see, and he also trusts Pierce, makes a really accurate throw. Pierce is able to make a tough grab, and they convert the 4th down and goal. Again, these are 2 difficult plays. This one maybe not as tough as the first one I showed you, but like these are difficult plays that he's making in the biggest of spots. And so then we got to go here. So that brings them down 1. They could just go try to play for overtime, but I always, like, hey, let's maybe try and win it right here if you can get away with it. And especially part of why I like this is because of the skill set of Anthony Richardson. You see that they, for the Patriots, what do you do in this situation? It's just so difficult because in goal line situations, when you have a quarterback who can run, watch Richardson take the snap, run a play action, and he's able to just power forward. He gets the touchdown. It's just such a tough play to stop. And when you have that in your back pocket, of course you should go for 2 at the win there. And so there's so much good here. So listen, Richardson needs to play better. Everyone agrees he needs to play better if he's going to be a consistent, starter in the NFL. He is approaching towards the end of his second year. I know a big part of his story has been he's been injured so much. But if the Colts are going to make the playoffs, which is still possible, they're 6-7 and have a favorable schedule. If they're going to make the playoffs and if they're going to beat the Broncos in 2 weeks, which is the biggest game of the season for them, if they're going to win that game, he needs to play better. But we do start to see the flashes, right? I think my criticism early on this season was people were making a young Josh Allen comparison, and I didn't agree with that because I thought Josh Allen showed a lot more flashes, even if he was also incredibly inconsistent. I kind of see the comparison now. He still needs to get way better, but I kind of see the comparison now. That doesn't mean he'll become Josh Allen, just that I see the comparison to him and young Josh Allen. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.